Right now, the Yankees' third base situation is hanging on by a thread. DJ LeMahieu's been cut loose, Oswaldo Cabrera's out for the year, and they're all now to Oswald Peraza and Yorbit Vivas. Guys who might flash the glove but are nowhere close to anchoring the middle of a lineup with championship dreams. That's why Eugenio Suarez could be an absolute game changer for this lineup, game changer for this team, and he brings a ton of value. He's one of the most premier power bats at third base in the league right now, tailor-made for a team that really could use another right-handed power bat, kind of guy who can absolutely carry an offense in October. And he already said he wants to be here recently at the All-Star game. And today we're breaking down exactly why Suarez fits this desperate Yankee need so perfectly, what the advanced stats say about him, how we could transform this lineup, and what it might cost to land him at the deadline. And it's going to be quite a bit. You might not be happy with what you hear there, but if you win a championship, you don't really care anyway. Stick around because these numbers can make you rethink everything about the Yankees season and really what would mean winning the trade deadline. Let's call it what it is. The Yankees right now are a loaded gun with no bullets at third base. Oswald Peraza, Yorbit Vivas are decent gloves, sure, but combined, they basically give you a week of Aaron Judge production spread out over a whole month, and it's killing them in the clutch. The Yankees this season are hitting a miserable 194 with runners on second base. That's the second worst mark in all of baseball. You can literally watch rallies die on contact with these guys at the bottom of the order. Suarez changes that overnight. He brings a bat that's not just powerful, it's proven in big moments, exactly when this team needs it most. You watch Peraza, you watch Yorbit Vivas, it's not exactly reassuring. Even batting ninth, even with their elite defense, this type of offensive production from Suarez makes up for the lack of defense exponentially. He's a better defensive player than Jazz Chisholm. We'll get to that in a little bit. But so far, everything about his makeup fits what the Yankees need like a glove. Just look at what Eugenio Suarez is doing this season. He's slashing .250 with a .320 OBP and a .569 slugging rate with 31 homers already and has an .889 OPS. This is elite metrics across the board. That puts him among the very best offensive third basemen in the game. And it's not just the box score. If you dive into his baseball savant, the StatCast numbers, you'll see Suarez ranks in the 86th percentile in battle rate and the 85th percentile in hard hit rate. That means he's consistently squaring up balls and driving them with authority, the exact type of hitter who feasts at Yankee Stadium. In fact, if you overlay his homers onto Yankee Stadium dimensions, out of 31, he would have hit 27, so a little bit lower in the Bronx because the favorable short right porch is on the other side, but he still pulls the ball with authority. They would be doubles for the most part, maybe not homers, but he's getting on base, extra base hits, and driving runners in. He's one of the best with runners in scoring position. We'll discuss that in a second, really how he can change the game, how he can change the lineup for the Yankees during the second half of this season. So this is where it gets downright unfair. With runners in scoring position, Suarez isn't just good, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. He's batting .281 with a .378 OBP and slugging .629 in those spots, which gives him a ridiculous 1.007 OPS. And when it's runners on second base specifically, one of the Yankees' biggest liabilities this season, he's hitting .333 with a .529 OBP and an eye-popping .833 slugging rate. That's a 1.362 OPS, one of the best in baseball with runners on second base. Meanwhile, the Yankees are literally the second worst team in the league with runners on second. Imagine Judge on second, Suarez stepping up. That's basically loading the barrel of a cannon at Yankee Stadium. Suarez will most likely deliver in those critical moments, which we desperately need right now. Now, I know some of you were thinking, what about the glove? Yeah, Suarez is below average defensively. That's obvious, but the offense makes up for it tenfold. He's got a .948 fielding percentage, 11 errors, and sits at -4 defensive runs saved and -4 outs above average this year. But compared to what the Yankees have tried, he's already better than Jazz Chisholm's third base experiment, which is basically a defensive tire fire in just a third of the innings. So yeah, you're living without the glove, but when he's dropping nukes into the seats every other night, it more than evens out. That is going to be a substantial variable to consider in this equation. Suarez's offense is going to make up for his lack of defense tenfold, and if it's late in the game, you need a defensive stop in the ninth inning, you can always swap in Peraza or swap in a defense-first option to play third base. Now let's talk about the cost. What is it going to take to get Eugenio Suarez? All right, so this is probably the part that you guys might squirm at, but this is just what reality looks like for getting a red-hot player, one of the hottest bats on the market at the trade deadline. Teams have the leverage. Teams have the advantage. There's going to be some teams like the Mariners who also need third base support, maybe even the Cubs, and Suarez fits the bill for a lot of other teams. The market's heating up, and the Yankees are going to have to pay a very real price. Think of something like Spencer Jones and Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. Jones is that tantalizing outfield prospect with raw power that screams future star. He's hitting 362 with a 776 slugging rate in AAA right now, but he's also striking out 32% of the time during his minor league stint this year. Best case, he's a monster. Worst case, he's another Joey Gallo who never figures out the zone. Elmo Rodriguez Cruz, on the other hand, he's a 21-year-old right-handed arm who's posted a 2.41 ERA this year and just got bumped up to AA. Could be a solid rotation arm in a few years. So yeah, the Yankees would be selling high on two big chips, but it means adding one of the top power bats in baseball to fix a glaring hole and possibly win a World Series. I think that just might be a risk Brian Cashman is willing to take, but end of the day, I don't want to sell on Jones. If the Yankees could get away with Elmo Rodriguez Cruz and maybe a package of some other pieces, I think Jones has that much superstar upside. I don't necessarily want to go this direction. I think they can probably find another package to get this deal done, but Jones is going to be a tough one to sell. It's realistic. They are going to probably ask for a player with that much potential. Hopefully the Yankees can find an alternative method there. And that's really the crux of it. The Yankees aren't building for 3 years from now. They're trying to maximize Aaron Judge's prime as we speak. He's having one of the best seasons in MLB history. They've slipped to second place in the AL East. Boston's only a game back. And the Jays are in striking distance, about 2 games up right now. This isn't the year to prospect hug. You can't let what might happen in 2027 keep you from chasing a ring in 2025, because with Suarez in the middle of that lineup, masking some of the Yankees' pitching flaws, they could easily reclaim the division and steamroll into October with one of the hottest lineups in baseball. Hopefully can mitigate some of their pitching flaws as well. Sometimes you just got to push your chips into the center of the table. So for me, this is the type of move that actually wins rings. It's risky, obviously, but playing it safe is how you watch a dynasty window slam shut. You can't waste another year of Aaron Judge. You just can't do it, especially with a year like this. I want to know what you guys think. Would you trade Spencer Jones and Elmo Rodriguez Cruz for a crack at Suarez in a 2025 World Series appearance, another chance to win? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And make sure to subscribe, because I've got a breakdown coming on a cheaper third base option who might not cost Spencer Jones, better utility piece. Going to drop in a couple days as we get through the All-Star break here, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this more in-depth analysis, and we'll be doing more of these to hopefully get you through the next couple weeks as we head into the trade deadline in late July. But as always, my friends, make sure to drop a subscription below, like and subscribe, drop a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify, and we'll catch you guys on the next Fireside Yankees episode.
Perfect.